Welcome back to the Odyssey. I am Mike Odyssey, and my friends, we're talking about the potential Nintendo Direct that could be happening within the next couple of days or weeks. And yeah, there is more of a bigger chance that we will be getting some type of presentation, whether it's an Indie World showcase, whether it's a Nintendo Direct this month. So let's go ahead and break it down. But before, if you are new to the channel, here is a bit about me. If not, use the timestamps below to skip through to the main topic. Let's get started. So before we get into today's stories, you see, I want to ask you one thing. I want to ask for your subscription. You see, I'm legally blind and I'm basically losing my sight as we go. I don't have sight on my left eye and I have about 40% sight of my right eye, and it's just fading away, right? The doctors right now have nothing else they can do. But I have a dream to become a full-timer on YouTube by the end of this year. And I want to ask you for your help. If you subscribe to this channel right now, it'll only take a second. For me, it'll just change my life. So if you could do that right now, I would really appreciate it. Here, we have Monday through Friday Nintendo news. On the weekends, we have products and reviews. And we also have the occasional in-topic podcast with your favorite voice actor. So I would really appreciate it. It would mean the world to me. And I just want to thank you in advance for giving me your subscription. Let's move on to today's stories. All right, so April is here. We have absolutely nothing planned for Nintendo for this month. So it just gives a lot of us Nintendo content creators, especially in the news genre, a little bit to talk about, right? A little bit to speculate about, and that's what we're going to do in this video. We're going to go ahead and take some time to speculate together on what Nintendo could have planned for the rest of the year, and along with our own wants, right? What do we want from Nintendo for the rest of 2024, since there is really nothing planned after the month of June? We already know that there are 2 games left, right? Let's say 2 games left when it comes to major games. One next month, which is Paper Mario 1000 Year Door, and the other one is in June with Luigi's Mansion HD. Now, there was a leaker, okay, from Brazil. This person is goes by PH Brazil on Twitter, and well, basically this is the leaker responsible for the delay for the Nintendo Switch 2. This is the first person who actually mentioned that delay was happening for Nintendo Switch 2. The delay for the plans, not for a release date. The delay for the plans of launch for this year. Now, we don't know whether that's going to happen or not. Nintendo always has the last word when it comes to moving dates around, so we can still get it this year. But we're going to go ahead and assume that yes, the plans for delay has been delayed for 2025, and that we are getting a Nintendo Direct to kind of fill in the next 6 months of Nintendo for this year. Now, PH Brazil went ahead and mentioned that there was going to be presentations coming, but first we would get an Indie World showcase and then a Nintendo Direct. Now, I personally misunderstood, and I want to publicly apologize because I misunderstood part of his tweet. It's translated, and so I read another translation where he actually mentioned that the Indie World would happen in March, right? It didn't say it would happen in March. That was his personal thought, but his main thought was that the Indie World would happen before the Nintendo Direct. So he basically did not say it would happen in March. It was his personal kind of belief that it could happen in March. He wasn't really kind of making it part of his overall information, right? He got information that we were getting an Indie World showcase and then followed by a Nintendo Direct, maybe within the next few days, couple of days, or next couple of weeks. And so I went ahead and read a certain translation where it said that he mentioned particularly that it was happening in March. He didn't say that. So with that said, we cleared the air. Now we can actually look forward to maybe an Indie World showcase happening and a Nintendo Direct. Now, Mike, why are you following PH Brazil's leak, and why is this so important to kind of take his word? Well, the only reason we are all following, I mean, as a we mean all content creators in the Nintendo news genre, is because he was the first one to actually pinpoint the Nintendo the Switch 2 plans being delayed to 2025, and then a lot of other content leakers, like very credible sources, literally followed up with the same information. So when you have literally the entire group of leakers and people, insiders who with real information that we have been following for years, that they have proven themselves right with giving us real information that have come to pass, then supporting this actual kind of Switch 2 delay, then we have to kind of also give it some, it gave him a little bit of credibility there. So that's why we're covering the Indie World Showcase and the Nintendo Direct potentially happening very, very, very soon. Now, the big question, my friends, Indie World Showcase, we all know, has to do with third parties and indie developers, right? The small developers give us really good games here and there. And then, of course, the Nintendo Direct is the biggest event, the main event, the one where we will actually hear from Nintendo first party games by Nintendo, and of course other third party but major bigger games, right? So Indie World, I'm not gonna go over too much, but I want to go over the Nintendo Direct because I'm looking forward to that. I know that Nintendo still has some business to take care of in 2024, and there are some games that are out there. So my question to you all is, write down below in the comments, tell me your list. What games would complete this year for you? What games would make this wait for Switch 2 a little bit more bearable, right? What games are you looking forward to that have not been released on Switch? It doesn't matter what game it is. You can choose any game you want. Let me know, what games would you like to see come to Nintendo Switch 2? I'm going to give you my personal list of what I think will happen, and it's going to start off with Metroid. Metroid is going to be the main game for this Nintendo Direct. I believe that Metroid will be the final big game, and I would say transition game, just like Breath of the Wild was for Nintendo Wii U to Nintendo Switch. I think Metroid Prime 4 will be that game for Nintendo Switch to Nintendo Switch 2, or whatever they decide to call it, right? So Metroid Prime 4 will get the Metroid Prime 2 and 3 either shadow drop or released later on. Those are going to be ports to the Nintendo Switch, and then the announcement for Metroid Prime 4, a good trailer, and or maybe something that was brought up in the podcast last night over at Nintendo Prime. I was present, and I was talking to Andres Restart about this, that maybe there's a possibility that we do get the Nintendo Direct, right? And that we get games announced, but we also get a Nintendo Direct Metroid presentation, like a Metroid Direct, just so that they can go ahead and give us those ports for the Metroid games, and give us the Metroid Prime 4 like presentation with gameplay, with the treehouse and everything in between. So that could be a big presentation happening soon. And of course, this was mentioned by one of the credible leakers. I can't really remember right now who it was, but it was mentioned that there is a Metroid presentation or event happening in the summer or close to the summer, right? So that actually makes a lot of sense. We could get a Metroid Direct presentation and give us Metroid 2 and 3, and then the Metroid Prime 4 reveal, gameplay, and release date all at the same time. And well, that's a big if, right? So when it comes to the actual Nintendo Direct, there are a couple of games that we all want to see on Switch, right? I'm personally playing right now. I'm playing Wind Waker on Nintendo Wii U, and I'm going to start streaming it on the channel. But that's a big game that I would love to see on Nintendo Switch, and I would love for a lot of people to be able to play this game as well. The game already looks great. It already has its HD version, and so all they have to do is port it to the Nintendo Switch, and it's a game that's been already rumored to be done along with Twilight Princess. These two games were rumored by the same person who rumored Metroid Prime Remaster. That one came to pass. We are still waiting on the other Zelda games, right? There are other games out there that have been rumored, and I'm saying by credible leakers, right? Like, I don't remember all the leakers off the top of my head, but one of the games was Animal Crossing New Leaf, a port from the 3DS to Nintendo Switch. And I know it's not for everyone. It is for me. I love Animal Crossing. I am unable to play games on 3DS because of my eyesight. That screen is way too small, and therefore any game that is ported from the 3DS to Nintendo Switch, I can play on the bigger screen. It's just a plus for me personally. So I will welcome a New Leaf to the Nintendo Switch, and I think it'll be a really good in-between game to have or to replay until we wait for that next Animal Crossing game, right? Maybe add a few quality of life improvements, right? A little side quest here, a little, extra here to make that game a little more interesting and to give it more replayability for those who've already played it. And so, yeah, Animal Crossing New Leaf could be another game that could make it to Nintendo Switch in this Nintendo Direct. Other games that will, DLC for maybe, I don't know, Tears of the Kingdom. That could be a big thing. Zelda remake, a Zelda port. We know that there have been rumors out there about the Oracle of Season and Oracle of Ages games making it to the Nintendo Switch as a remake, right? There's that also rumor for the Ocarina of Time remake, but I don't believe that could be a game for the Switch. I believe that's going to be for the Switch too. At least it makes sense to me with such a big remake, right? To make it on Switch 2 rather than Nintendo Switch. Among other games that could actually be potentially announced to Nintendo Switch, Donkey Kong, maybe F-Zero game, hopefully, because Nintendo has actually been pushing F-Zero a lot. F-Zero 99 on Nintendo Switch Online has been a complete success, and I think it has revitalized the franchise so much that Nintendo followed up with another F-Zero game on NSO. And so hopefully Nintendo can announce that they are working on some type of F-Zero game. Even if it's for Nintendo Switch 2, give us some type of announcement that it's happening. Now, there is no ruling out that we can also see or get hints of Nintendo Switch 2 in this Nintendo Direct, right? We can get hints of games, maybe a game trailer without the Nintendo Switch logo on it and without a release date, with the 2025 tag on it, and therefore they're just kind of giving us hints of what's coming later on. So there is the possibility that we might see 2025 games regarding Nintendo Switch 2 in this Nintendo Direct. Not that they're going to go ahead and tell us it's for Switch 2, but they can tell us, look, this is a game that's coming soon, and not really tagging with the Switch branding, right? Unless they are planning on continuing to use it on the Nintendo Switch 2. And so that is another possibility that could happen within this Nintendo Direct. The possibilities, guys, are endless. The ball is in Nintendo's court. They know what they're doing at the end. We'll just have to wait and see. But the fact that we should be getting something very, very soon regarding Nintendo presentation in the month of April, which is a month which, normally every other year we do have something. This was the month of the Mario movie release last year. And this year we have really not much going on. So hopefully we get some new information soon. And of course, once we do get that new information, I will keep you guys up to date with everything related to Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo Direct, and everything in between. Of course, guys, I am working on a brand new show called the Mike Odyssey Show. It's going to be a really good news entertainment show for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it soon. It's coming very, very soon. Subscribe for that. Make sure you hit that notification. And I will see you in the next adventure here at the Odyssey. But before, I'll let you go. Never give up and journey on. Peace.